Cowboys Nation, you better sit down for this one because we've got a massive breaking update that just shook up the entire NFC. The Dallas Cowboys have officially signed veteran cornerback Mike Hilton in free agency. And let me tell you, this is one of those moves that sends ripples through the locker room, through the coaching staff, and across every single opponent game planning for us this season. Mike Hilton, the scrappy, battle-tested corner who carved out a name for himself as one of the best nickel defenders in the game, is now rocking the star on his helmet. And Cowboys fans across the country are absolutely electric right now because this is not just a good move, it's a smart, calculated, and potentially game-changing acquisition that immediately improves our secondary and adds the kind of veteran leadership that wins playoff games. Let's not kid ourselves, the Cowboys secondary had talent last year, with standout performances from Darren Bland, Trayvon Diggs when healthy, and flashes from young up-and-comers. But what we were missing was consistency in the slot, that lockdown inside presence who could take away the quick slant, read the quarterback's eyes, bait throws, and come down hard in run support. And that's exactly what Mike Hilton brings to the table. He's tough as nails, he's got an edge to him, and he plays with a chip on his shoulder every single down. And when you combine that with the attitude already in our defensive unit, you look at Micah Parsons flying around like a missile, DeMarcus Lawrence setting the edge, and Leighton Vander Esch commanding the middle when healthy. Hilton fits in perfectly, like the missing puzzle piece we've been needing. And let's talk about his journey. Undrafted out of Ole Miss, bounced around early in his career, finally found a home in Pittsburgh where he became one of the most dependable and feared nickelbacks in the league, and later brought that same edge to the Bengals where he made a deep playoff run and was instrumental in their AFC Championship appearance. This guy has seen it all, been in those pressure-packed moments, and now he brings that experience to Dallas, where expectations are always sky high, and every game feels like prime time. You know Dan Quinn is already licking his chops thinking about the exotic blitz packages he can dial up. With Hilton now in the fold, you can bring him off the edge, disguise coverages by dropping him back, let him match up man-to-man on twitchy slot receivers, and the fact that he's such a smart player means he's going to get up to speed with the playbook in no time and start contributing right away, maybe even as early as week 1. And let's be real, this signing also sends a message to the rest of the NFC East, to Philly, to Washington, and to the Giants that the Cowboys aren't here to mess around. They're building something serious, something playoff ready, and they're not content with just making the postseason. They're making the kind of moves that say we want to win in January, not just show up. Mike Hilton brings energy, discipline, swagger, and a relentless drive to compete on every snap, and those traits are infectious, especially to younger guys on the roster who are still finding their footing in the league. Can you imagine the benefit a young defensive back like Nashin Wright or Israel Mukuamu will get just from watching Hilton operate at practice every day, from listening to how he communicates, how he studies film, how he prepares for different offensive schemes? It's a mentorship in real time that you simply can't put a price on. And speaking of price, let's talk value. The reported deal is around 2 years, $10 million, with incentives that could push it a bit higher based on performance and team success. And for a guy who's still got plenty left in the tank and brings so much to the table, that's a bargain in today's market. Just look at what other teams are paying for high-level secondary help, and it becomes clear the Cowboys just got a premium player at a team-friendly rate, which opens the door for them to continue adding depth elsewhere on the roster without breaking the bank. It's the kind of savvy move that championship rosters are built on, not always the flashiest free agent splash, but the one that fills a real need with the right player at the right time, and that's exactly what this is. And let's not forget Hilton also brings playoff toughness, and if you watched him during the Bengals' 2021 and 2022 playoff runs, you know this guy doesn't flinch under the spotlight. He embraces it, steps up when the pressure's highest, and makes big plays when it matters most, whether it's jumping a route on 3rd and short, closing the edge on a screen pass, or blitzing off the slot and forcing a fumble. His instincts are elite, his anticipation is surgical, and his tackling technique is textbook. How many times have we seen missed tackles and space cost us big gains? Hilton doesn't let that happen. He's fundamentally sound, wraps up low, and finishes. This also gives Dan Quinn more flexibility with the rest of the defense. You can now rotate Bland outside, use Hilton inside, give Diggs more help over the top, and even experiment with safety corner hybrid looks depending on the opponent. Against teams with heavy RPO schemes like the Eagles or quick-tempo offenses like the 49ers, Hilton's presence allows you to disguise your defensive intentions better and hold your pre-snap structure longer, which can force QBs into mistakes. And the buzz among players is already building. Micah Parsons posted an emoji with Hilton's highlights, Trayvon Diggs dropped a "Let's Eat" on X. And even Coach McCarthy mentioned in his press presser that Hilton brings the kind of football character we're looking for, which is coach speak for he's a dog, and we're glad he's ours now. This move also lights a fire under the competition in training camp. When a guy like Hilton walks in, everyone else in that DB room knows they've got to step it up, that reps will be earned, not given, and that intensity ratchets up every single rep in Oxnard. And let's not sleep on what this does for the locker room. Hilton's a respected vet, known for being a quiet leader who leads by example, brings others along, and always puts the team first. That's invaluable in a locker room that's chasing something bigger than just regular season wins. They're chasing a Super Bowl. The Cowboys have been knocking on the door for years, but injuries, inconsistencies, and missed opportunities have kept them out of the promised land, and a move like this, it doesn't guarantee anything, but it shifts the narrative, gives the team another tool in the toolbox, and reminds everyone watching that the front office is serious about winning now. So to all the doubters out there saying the Cowboys don't make enough moves in free agency, here's your proof they just did. And to all the fans who've been begging for a reliable, no-nonsense slot corner who can hold his own, make plays, and deliver in the postseason, you got your wish. Mike Hilton is a Cowboy now, and something tells me he's going to make sure the rest of the league remembers it. Whether it's locking down elite receivers, blowing up bubble screens, forcing timely turnovers, or just being that consistent, high IQ presence in the middle of the field, Hilton is going to make his presence felt. And if you aren't already hyped, go watch his highlight tape from the Bengals' run to the AFC Championship. The dude was everywhere. That's the kind of heart and hustle player fans love, teammates respect, and opponents hate going against. And I'll end with this: great teams are built in the offseason. They're built through smart signings, the right culture fits, and guys who raise the standard in practice and in games. The Cowboys didn't just add a player, they added a mindset, a tone setter, a professional who's been through the fire and knows what it takes to win. So shout out to the front office for pulling the trigger. Welcome to Dallas, Mike Hilton, and to Cowboys Nation. Let's get ready for a season where the defense just got a whole lot scarier. Ken celebrates, and rightfully so, because the stars are aligning in Dallas, and this might just be the move that pushes us over the top.